Hello, and welcome to Seriously Pointless Conversations about Culture, the podcast where myself and a few of my friends get together and discuss nerdy things. Just a reminder, if you like what you're listening to, please subscribe to Seriously Pointless Conversations YouTube channel, or you can find us on your favorite podcasting apps. Thank you for your support. Without you, none of this would be possible. Thanks for coming by. Now let's get into the episode. Hi, and welcome to Seriously Pointless Conversations about Culture, your seriously pointless podcast about all your nerdy and geek things across time and your lonely mountains, Jackie. Hi, I'm your host, David, and I'm visited and graced with the presence of my lovely wife, Jackie. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Of course, I got you right middle of taking a bite of something.
Yes.
It's kind of our life right now. It's just inhaling anything we can as quickly as we can. I'm sure people have heard me talk about it before, but we just had our third little child, baby girl, which she's actually with us right now because she's kind of attached at the hip. But it's wonderful that you get to do this with me. But she's taking all of our energy on top of the other two little ones, so it's interesting. So
yeah,
but
it's never a dull moment.
I know, it's what I said too. So if you guys hear her at all, don't think anything rough of it. She's just
she's loquacious.
Yeah, she's gonna be talking with us. So if you don't know by today's intro, today we were gonna be talking about one of my favorite films of all time. That I would say maybe possibly one of your more favorite ones. It's the 1997 animated Raken and Bass film, The Hobbit.
It was 97?
I'm sorry, 77. 1977.
Oh, okay.
I read that wrong. Yeah, my eyes are not getting any better than looking at computer screens for 8 hours a day.
Sleep deprivation, too.
Well, that too, but yeah. But we're going to be watching that today with the watch along if you guys are interested, and I'll tell you guys whenever we're going to start watching that. But first, before we kind of get into the nitty gritty about the movie, before we start watching, have you been? I know, obviously, really busy.
Yeah, I'm just in survival mode. Stephanie is 3.5 months old and was sleeping really well until we stopped swaddling her. And then now she just doesn't sleep, so that's terrible. But this too shall pass. And I mean, other than that, I've been trying to rest and exercise a bit and reading.
Yeah, so what have you been reading?
Isabel Allende. I think the last time I was on here, that was a long time ago, I was reading her book Zorro. This time I'm reading her book Violeta.
That's cool.
And it is wonderful. Highly recommend. She's awesome. A great writer and very much enjoy it.
That's awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I know you try to stick to some more of the classics, I guess, especially with your Spanish language background, so...
We're classic authors.
Yeah, that's true. So that's good. I'm glad you're doing that. And like I said, we would try to keep everybody up to date what we've been up to. But today, or actually, like I said, we're going to do something a little more fun. Get a little of a downtime, as it were. We're going to be watching the Hobbit movie. Like I said, it's from the 1977 animated film by Raken and Bass. It's an animated musical television special created by Raken and Bass, like I said. Which they're normally known for their holiday specials, which a lot of people probably know them for Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, The Year Without Santa Claus, Frosty the Snowman. Not Frosty the Snowman.
Yeah, they did Frosty.
Oh, they did Frosty too? Okay.
Well, yeah, they did. That was animated one, but they also did the old... it's not...
Stop motion.
Yeah, not claymation, but stop motion films. So
yeah, it's all stop motion is what it is.
They're fantastic.
But yeah,
God rest their souls.
Well, they you know how it is that they don't. Raken Bass isn't around anymore, but they were iconic back in the day. So obviously the film this is an adaptation from the 1937 book by J.R.R. Tolkien, if you guys haven't known, and it first aired on NBC in the United States on November 27th, 1977. And actually came to pretty decent praise considering all things. It had a critical reception, actually won a Peabody Award for the teleplay, which was pretty interesting. But unfortunately, it did not win the Hugo Award for Best Dramatic Presentation. It lost to Star Wars, which was the same year. So, to be fair, there's worse things you could follow. You could go against, I guess. So, but yeah. and a lot of people said, it is really well done. But it has its flaws, which we'll get into a little bit more, hopefully. So, but when was the first time you ever watched this one? That
Oh
you saw
gosh.
this?
I'm pretty sure my mom recorded this on VHS tape from TV,
Nice.
like it was aired on TV. Because, well, I'm trying to remember. I think there were commercials.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to remember, but she might have also done the old bootleg thing where she checked it out from the library and then recorded it using two VHS recorders.
Oh
I
yeah.
remember seeing her do that.
Yeah, so that's something I
Um,
love. You bring that up, but like kids, a
Janky.
lot of younger kids don't get that. Like they have everything at their fingertips, but that's what we had to do that with. Like you'd wait on the your parents would be sitting there on a radio or whatever it was, try to get that new song and catch it on a
Cassette.
cassette or whatever it was. But TV was a thing that was really big with my dad. Like they would tell you like airing on such and such date. Come see
Yeah.
this. And like we had like all he did that with all the old Star Treks and things
Recorded
like
them
yeah,
on the
and
old VHS.
all VHS. It was great. It was good stuff. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm. The more I think about it, I think she did do that from the library one because there were no commercials that I remember. Um, yeah, Stephanie says that's wrong. You shouldn't pirate things. Um, but
Yeah, pirating's
I grew
bad.
up watching that from a young age. A mom was really into, well, and I don't even know that she was, but she appreciated fantasy,
Mm-hmm.
like things like The Last Unicorn, also by Raken and Bass. Grew up
Yeah.
watching that. Um, but she's the one that introduced me to it, and I loved it. Like my brother and I remember watching it from a young age, and then when I got into elementary school, I guess I started reading the book pretty early, maybe fourth grade.
Yeah.
I actually reread the book last year, and it is a treasure. I love it, and
So
I think this movie does a good job.
I
It
think
doesn't
that's
include everything. I mean, the book
no.
has so much in it.
Well, I think that's why like Tolkien originally wrote the book, which that could be a whole other episode for us.
Oh
But
yeah,
he actually wrote this originally as like as a story. For, I think it was for his son. I believe it was. It was his son
yeah,
Christopher.
son or grandson. I don't remember, but he did write it as a story for some like a child.
Yeah, originally, and I think that's kind of where he always kind of wanted to do this thing. He did this. I believe it was after he did the Lord of the Rings. No,
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 he
this was
did this
first. This
first.
was
I
first.
think
That's right.
it's kind of amazing because I don't think he intended to make the Lord of the Rings, but I know
Ooh,
get a little
grouchy.
fussy here.
We'll just pause for a minute.
Yeah, he didn't intend to do the Lord of the Rings. He just made the Hobbit, and then it was like based all this background lore off of that.
Sorry about that, guys. So this is kind of where we had a little bit of a baby malfunction. She's just a little grumpy and tired, but she's doing better now. So like we were saying though, so this was originally um his first work. The Hobbit was J.R.R. Tolkien's first work. Obviously, like we said, it was originally made as a story for, I believe it was either his son or maybe a nephew or something. Basically, something like that. I'd have to look it up. But it's kind of the whole premise of it, and it has this really interesting kind of like laying down of that Middle Earth lore, which he explores much more heavily
In Lord of the Rings.
in all the trilogy that he ends up
And
putting
I
out
don't
eventually.
think I would have to look back to, and again, that's if I had slept more, I would have done that. But I don't think he intended to write Lord of the Rings initially.
Oh, I have to
I
look that
think
up.
that after he created this world in The Hobbit, then he started delving more into it and seeing, like, I guess maybe falling in love with it. And then came, the Fellowship of the
I'm
Ring and the
falling
Lord of the
more in
Rings
love.
trilogy.
I'm slowly falling more in love with you. That's right. We're gonna pull a little Creed there. There you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. My awful rendition of whatever that was. But yeah, I'm kind of the same mind you as you were, and you were talking about getting it from the library. I think that's actually where I first saw it. My mom picked it up. I don't think we ever illegally bootlegged it from the library though, Jackie. I can't believe you guys did that. We bootlegged a lot of other things, but seriously though, but I think that's where I first saw that, and I think it originally traumatized me as a child a little bit, but it was great because I saw it when I was young. I think my mom picked it up or I picked it out. And my mom was like, "Are you sure you want to watch this?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Because you see like a little the cover has like Gandalf on the front and it has like
Little
Bilbo,
Bilbo
little
looking
Bilbo in front of it,
happy.
and but it doesn't have anything like scary,
Gollum or the dragon.
yeah, or any of the scary
Smog.
stuff on it. So I'm like, oh, okay, this won't be too bad. But yeah, it holds a lot of fond memories for me, and I probably have watched this probably every bit of like close to 50 times across
Yeah,
my
probably
lifetime
me
easily.
too.
Yeah, so
It's kind of like comfort food.
definitely
Something that I grew up watching, and I love the music, I love the animation, and just turn it on. It's like instantly at peace.
you just kind of let it go. It's you do that a lot with your Studio Ghibli films too.
Yeah, same kind of thing.
So, yeah. So that's a little bit of our meet cute on it and where we found it. So we're gonna be starting the movie in. I'll do a countdown from 5, and we'll get going here. Sound like a plan, Jack?
Yes.
All right. In 5, 4, 3, 2. All right. And so you get the start of it. Oh, see.
I love this animation.
So
Look,
let's.
they even made the book page look faded.
And I love how they pull that kind of stuff just straight from the book, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, that is like word for word. Oh, see, that's just gorgeous. You don't get stuff like that or artwork like that anymore. Obviously, I get why it takes significantly more man hours to do, but it looks so much better in my opinion.
Yeah, I
And you
prefer
can tell
hand
though
drawn.
you can tell like it moves up and down because of like the way the like nothing's perfect. It's got those imperfections a little bit.
That's what makes it special.
Yeah.
Oh, Bilbo.
The first time I ever saw this, I thought Bilbo was a woman because of the way his hair is all curly and everything.
I kind of thought that too.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie about that. It's Gandalf. Just blowing smoke in his face. That's rude.
I'm afraid you've come to the wrong place. We do not wish to share adventure.
Oh, we hobbit. Me. Oh, we hobbits are being white folk. We're late for dinner.
That
Enough.
was
I'm
scary.
Gandalf, and Gandalf means me.
Are you gonna?
WTF? Like, what does that even mean? Gandalf means me. Yeah, that's pretty like traumatizing to put within like the first like 10 minutes of the movie. Just like
Well,
a scary, just full. His face covers up the whole like screen, and lightning behind him.
yeah. Oh, look at that guy.
Well, they're just like hiding everywhere. Like, what would you do if you're like Bilbo's neighbor and you see all these dwarves just hiding down there waiting to like pop out?
I would close the door and go back inside.
Oh, Nori and Ori. Owen, sir, and Owen, sir. Him and Biffer and him Buffer. And, Bombor at your service. Love the music in this. Oh, it's so good.
Well, and whoever
The
can
crab
remember
has
all
crept
their
the plates.
names.
That's what Bilbo Baggins
Are you gonna
hates.
do this the whole movie?
Probably. I'm telling you. This bothers you, doesn't it?
Well, it's
Why not?
hard to focus.
That's what makes it hard to focus? Really? Not the baby in your arms. That's just me talking. See that fruit bowl in the bottom? That is totally somebody's like, I have never gotten to do still life fruit bowl painting. You missed it, didn't you?
No, I saw it.
Like, I want to do that. That has
Turn
to
it.
be in there. Why? Is that better?
That's better. I already know everything they're gonna say.
Well, you're going to
Same
hear
as
more. Through me. Don't seek and bring. What? Oh.
They
Ding,
jump right
ding.
in this movie.
Yeah, they really don't. Like,
They don't waste any time with plot.
well, you remember, like, the, was it the Is it they have a Hobbit trilogy, right? Of the new one, right? The new movie.
Oh yeah, I only saw the first
They
one
definitely break it up into 3 parts. Like I don't know why.
to make money.
Yeah, well, I don't know why they filled it with all that extra junk when they could have used extra. They could have made it at 3 movies, like with all
With the original book, probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. See, there's somebody still alive right there. It's in there twice now. Known to me. But he's got his little map up there. Look at his cute
Yeah,
little
I was
Hobbiton
just
map.
admiring that map on the back.
I like the little creepy faces in the chairs, though. They're all like fat people.
Well, it's Hobbit made.
Oh, here it comes. The Lonely Mountain.
That is a mountain.
Appears to be quite lonely. I mean, it just never found another lady mountain. It's all alone. It's a bachelor mountain.
Well,
See?
look how happy all the dwarves
No ladies. All male. Well, I mean, to be fair, all dwarves have beards, so you can't really tell whether they're ladies or men. So, according to James.
Well, I don't know about that.
What's what James says?
Well, you know, that is one thing that... The only thing that bothered me about this as a child, there's no women in this movie.
Are you
like,
sure about
correct
that?
me if I'm wrong as we keep watching, because I'm pretty
We'll
much sure
out.
there are no female characters. At
Even
least none that play any important
Oh
roles.
no, definitely
Not
not
in
that.
the movie. In the book, yeah, but not.
Well, you know, obviously men are easier to draw than women. Let's be honest. You don't have to put any emotional forethought into it. Look at that guy. He's just like, my life is work. He doesn't think about anything else.
Say, like, men are more shallow.
Oh, 100%.
Emotionally.
And mentally.
Unintelligent.
And mentally. Let's be honest here.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to leave that one alone.
So, a lot of these songs, they pull straight out of the book.
Mm-hmm.
Which is phenomenal, too. Oh, there. That's a woman.
Don't try and fix it.
Hey, I'm just trying to update it for today's audience, okay?
Oh, good lord.
I'm diversifying the cast. There's a female donkey.
Wow. Well, I'll be on the lookout. When I see a lady, I'll say something. But I'm pretty sure there isn't one.
All right, let's see if we can find. I was pretty sure I saw one. No,
those are all men. Don't you argue and say, "Oh, look at that guy. I see a bit of
maybe
cleavage."
that one with slightly longish hair. Maybe.
No.
You don't know.
No.
Maybe he identifies as a woman.
Oh, good lord. In the Hobbit.
Fall to dying fall beneath the sweet to meet the moon. It's just phenomenal. God. Seriously though, guys, I know we're talking about the movie right now, but if you guys have never gone out and read the book, check it out. It's not that long, really.
It's an easy read.
Yeah, and it's phenomenal. And the poetry,
if nothing else, phenomenal. To meet Tom Bombadil.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He's the one that's
AKA a spirit, a god.
Yeah.
Legitimately.
I love that.
Oh, and he has a heart attack and a movie. That's the way it goes. Blended number. Oh. The fact that they get this and they put it in there. Funeral expenses, if necessary. Thornton and Company. I love that they did this because they're like, oh, we need to save a little money. So we're going to have nothing that moves until the very end there. And just do a close-up on that.
Funeral expenses, if necessary.
I just kind of... So this is probably like a big deal back in the day. Because since it aired out on television, I mean, back in the day, if you think about it, you know, for our younger people that listen to this at all, you know, airtime was precious back in the day, and it was a pretty penny. You know, that's where you
good money for that.
Yeah, that's where you get a lot of people when they tune in nightly or whatever it was to watch something. That's where you got a lot of your. So this is before satellite and everything too. So hands to the day.
Look at his hairy feet.
And we finally get the
title.
Title, yeah. And they even used Roman numerals to do the year 1977.
They always did that with these old movies. At least Raken and Bass did, that I remember. But I think all the Disney films did too. Yeah, look at the hair on his feet.
Well, yeah, they're supposed to have hairy feet.
I know, it just always bothered me as a child.
Some people have hairy feet, you know.
Okay, watch the names. Look for a lady. Richard.
Oh, it's just right.
I don't think so.
Hansiel. I can't pull that one off. Sorry.
John.
Joanna. It's definitely Joanna. No passion.
And look at Bilbo's dream.
Well, no,
Otto.
I don't think any of these, the main character, anybody that has
Cyril.
a spoken part is a woman. I'm pretty about 90% positive.
Theodore.
Just Theodore.
Wait, seriously? I guess if I was alive in 1977 and like maybe in my teens, I would know who Theodore was.
I mean, they probably don't even say who.
Well,
probably.
he must have been well known.
Oh yeah, see. Glenn Yarborough actually does a bunch of the songs for the Raken and Bass company though too. That he does. I think he pretty much does the whole soundtrack for this almost. So.
I bet.
Romeo Mueller. Okay, see.
Told you, not a single female name.
I told you, I agreed with you that like on the main cast there weren't any. I know there weren't.
And then you said John was Johanna.
Johanna.
Or Joanna.
Johannes.
Okay, look, here they go.
Oh yeah.
Again, look at the detail.
Wow, I forgot how much he bitches in the very beginning.
Well,
how could one survive?
That's Bilbo.
Oh, he comes and goes as he will. He is a wizard, you know.
I love the wrinkles in the faces, like how.
Well, I mean, yeah. Let's think about it.
Detailed they are.
They're also supposed to be like hardened dwarves.
Mm-hmm. But even Bilbo, like it just gives him character.
No, look how he's much softer looking.
Mm-hmm.
Bacon, Twilight cakes. Ah, that's good stuff.
Again, you're gonna quote the entire movie.
I probably will, mostly. See, I was watching this, the Hobbit, live action one a while ago, and they just do so many disservices for this.
Yeah, ooh, the trolls.
Somehow the raid stops. They don't need raid anymore. That costs money. Just gorgeous, though.
Gorgeous? Well, the animation, but not the trolls.
No, even the trolls have a bit of like beauty to them, and just the way they're drawn. So these are look very much like English trolls, and because they have that kind of the snouts.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at some of the fairy tales and things like that about these guys from English folklore, this is kind of what they look like. I don't know if they're that big or anything, but it's still like he's really bad at creeping.
Yeah, they hired the wrong burglar.
Or maybe the right burglar. Let's don't. But pretty soon they're about to have a potluck. I always felt bad for that one because he had the eye patch, but he also has kind of
the tusks.
Well, he's got that problem talking. Like, what's wrong with him?
And the music.
Well, obviously this is like...
This is where there was a commercial break, I think.
Yeah.
Because will it go dark here in a minute?
It will in a minute here.
No, maybe not. Oh.
Well, they'll do, like, they probably cut it there and then they cut back here.
Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
Yeah, probably. And I likes mine raw. They're like, no! Well, that's a wicked little blade. And finally come out of nowhere. It's like, Gandalf just likes to screw with the dwarves a little bit. Just a little bit, I think.
Yeah, he does.
See, he's got like a weird, like, I don't know, kind of like... And see, that's another English thing, too, about the trolls not...
turning into stone.
Yeah.
Because that's not always true, depending on what legend you read.
Yeah, but that's very much an English thing since Tolkien was English, so... Well, I can't believe he's pissed off at Bilbo, but they made him go do it. Like, it's your... Like, why are you mad at him?
Thorin's just a cranky old...
Butthole.
Yes.
So that is one thing I did like about the live action version is they make Thorin younger than in this one. They make the dwarves in this all stereotypically just like old looking.
Men.
Old looking.
Yeah.
You make it out. You mean he is. He just doesn't want to. He just doesn't want to ruin it. He wants to make
Thorin.
No, not Thorin. He wants to give the elf, Elrond, an integral part of the plot when we find him later.
Sting.
Well, here it comes. Little rendition. Oh, it's perfect. And you gotta like draw it out just a little bit though.
They just burgled some good things.
They're gonna bury it and come back for it later. Nice. I waited. Surprise! This is my bill for you. Just rude. Because he didn't like you. His dad just hated him. It's like, my son is just a screw up. See? Obviously. Real winner. Well, duh.
Oh, see. This hand points from these.
My soul, a secret entrance.
A hidden passage to the lower halls. Excellent, burglar. I'm really quite good with maps.
I did forget that about him.
What?
That he likes maps. Bilbo,
really?
That he collects them.
Like he straight up has one on his wall.
Well, yeah.
Also, how did you think like, oh, this guy, he? You didn't think, oh, maybe he likes maps?
Or he maybe likes artwork.
He even draws one like in the original Lord of the Rings films, the Peter Jackson ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's got like maps everywhere in his house, which is pretty cool.
I haven't seen those ones as much.
Really?
The live action.
Oh, I've seen those. I don't know.
I didn't like them as much. They're okay.
Really? Oh man.
Whew.
Bless you.
Thank you. I sneezed in case you couldn't tell.
Yet to
just look at the colors, the watercolor.
You gotta like throw it long, like draw it out.
It's beautiful.
This is the last like calm point in the whole film, pretty much. I love how they didn't even walk. You saw how they just kind of like slid up.
Mm-hmm.
But they all did together. That's just the animation stuff they did back in the days to save a little extra money.
And time.
In June under the stars. Oh, now they're gonna go down. There you go. Ha ha. This is the song that I always listened to, and I was just like, somebody just couldn't figure out any words. So they're just like making up little filler words.
Is this song not in the book though?
I don't know.
I think it is. No knowing what brings Mr. Baggins. I remember.
I mean, it's possible.
Look at the stars around his head.
It's supposed to be a crown, Jackie.
I know.
He's supposed to be the last elvish king.
He surprisingly looks like the actor in the live action film.
Are you talking about?
I can't remember.
Hugo. What's his name?
Weaving. Yeah.
Hugo Weaving. Yeah.
This is one of the few times where it's like he looks like Hugo Weaving, except for the hair color.
The faux hammer. Keep them well. Doesn't sound anything like him though, but man, that's what it is. See, I don't really want.
You're trying to find out if that song is in there. The moon runes.
Indeed. Moon runes. Moon letters here. See?
They can only be seen when the moon shines behind them. They give directions for finding.
Yep. See, I think in the movie they change it.
And the last light of the setting sun will shine.
Yep, and then they just straight up cut.
Transition. Now this is your favorite song is coming up. The Down Down to Goblin Town.
Of course it is. You just way to like put it on the nose.
Well, this one always horrified me, this scene.
Oh, nightmare time.
Yes, this is definitely a nightmare.
I mean, I'd have a nightmare if I had to listen to this over and over again.
Dwarves have a strange notion of and where's Gandalf?
Gone again. I was a wizard. Just randomly, just like opening up.
What's this?
Yeah, that's what you say when you see the mountains moving. That's how you react. I would not react like that. Oh yeah,
The ponies.
this would make an excellent like metal track. Rock down, down, my lad. Let go, my lad. To be fair, though, they have to go after the ponies because that's where all their supplies are at, and the door shuts immediately. Like, why did you not think that was going to be a bad thing? Oh,
Ugh.
see, I liked these goblins way more, and they're
They almost have like a cat face.
well, and they're also anatomically correct. They have the two throats like they're supposed to.
Oh.
I found that out a long time ago when I was younger, and I'm like, that is so weird. Like, why does it have two throats? And you read about it, it's because that's how they eat. That helps them eat more quickly, I guess. That's why they have these humongous mouths. Because they're supposed to be just
devouring
yeah.
things.
Well, they're goblins and not orcs.
Man.
Yeah, because orcs are actually like a twisted version of the dwarves.
I thought it was of the elves.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He is a liar. Oh, truly tremendous one.
Oh my. They let him keep it. Ooh, oh, he's PO'd now.
Oh gosh, that's horrifying.
They really do have cat eyes. I guess they do that because, I mean, it makes sense.
Well, they have a cat nose.
See, now he's going to try and eat his head. Oh. Oh, dang. Ah! Gandalf pops in and just whacks him.
Gandalf is
A bam.
their trump card. Like, if they didn't have him, they would just all die. Like, Gandalf always saves them.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
And that's how they get away with showing death without showing blood and guts.
That's horrifying.
So the chains were loose enough he could just flip them off.
Well, I mean, goblins aren't known for their intelligence.
No.
In this world, anyway.
No, they never are. But so a little part of me likes the way they make them in this. Oh, later. I guess we gotta get a new one.
What happened to our burglar?
Oh, like I didn't see what happened.
There's
really?
Commercial break.
That's totally commercial break. He's the only one looking for him.
Yeah. Now this part was probably the scariest to me. To think about being in pitch dark.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, because the way they describe it in the book, it's completely black. Like there is no light at all. Oh.
I love this the drawing
of Gollum.
Yeah. He's
definitely more animal than human.
Well, that's the whole point, right?
Yeah. Frog-like. Like a frog and a monkey, almost.
Yeah, kind of a weird...
Yeah.
But, he has, it almost looks like a stone boat, maybe?
Yes.
I don't know. It's what is that?
That's what it looks like. Bless my soul.
Oh, looky there. Pick me up, Bilbo. It's okay. Nothing bad will happen to you and your family. Ever. I promise.
And see, that's the thing, that when Tolkien wrote this book, I'm pretty sure he didn't have all that intention behind what this awful, terrible ring was. It was just a useful tool.
Maybe. Well, so that's the thing is, a lot of people will never...
I am Mr. Bilbo Baggins. I've lost my dwarves,
Well, see, he's also supposed to look. He was supposed to look so much bigger though, too, for some reason. Even though, like, he's supposed, you find out like later that he is a hobbit, right? Or used to be a hobbit.
Yeah. Now that was in the live action film. I don't remember reading that in the book.
What, the Precious?
No, that Gollum was originally a hobbit.
Yeah.
But
that was,
I don't remember if that was part of the book or not. In the that would have been in the Lord of the Rings
I think
trilogy.
they do. I think he does expand on that in the trilogy a little bit more.
I'd have to read it again. Just the way he talks.
Well, I would not have put my sword up, but that's just me.
I wouldn't have either. Bilbo was surprisingly brave in this version.
Well, you know.
I think really in the book too.
So that's one of the things is like apparently that's even starts poking him.
I mean, he's just pointing at him, but it looks like he's poking him.
No, like wait, watch.
If you police.
Ouchies! Bride.
Wind.
Box without hinges, key or lid. Golden treasure inside is hid.
I'm just surprised. Like, so it's one of those things. Is apparently like hobbits are supposed to be really like riddles.
Yes.
Oh, Bob.
Oh, this
cannot be found. See, I don't know. I'd give my kidney for one of these stills of this portion of the film.
Well, I hope not your kidney.
Oh, 100%.
Well, it almost looks like disturbing faces in the cave walls. Well, that's definitely a skeleton, but like the stone.
Well, that's the thing is that like, on top of it being like, I would hate to see how much it would cost for one of these, but like even one where it's got Bilbo and Bilbo in the frame, and you're talking probably close to a couple $1,000 easily for a solenoid.
She almost looks like a bat. With this flabby skin.
Little flabby, little stalactites there. Curious.
You're looking it up.
Animated.
This riddle. I like this one. Down.
Just curious. How much they went for.
Interesting.
Interesting.
How Bilbo guesses the answer on accident and Gollum loses his mind.
Huh. So this is interesting.
He keeps asking, will he taste delicious?
Probably does taste pretty tasty. I mean, I'm not a cannibal or anything, but... Time. Complete accident.
He's losing his mind.
Okay, here you go, Jackie. Guess how much that one's for? That's still... Just with Bilbo on it.
5,000.
Oh, you're way over it. You have to make an offer of 1,800 or more for it.
Ooh, okay.
So, I mean, for a defunct studio, that's not bad, actually. And you could get some of these for like 400 though, $500. Oh man, he's hungry.
Ask another riddle.
I mean, I guess it's a riddle. It's kind of rude.
It's not a riddle.
Could be.
In its nasty little pocket. Well, I guess this just goes to show that really you always need to have at least 3 riddles in your mind. You got to know at least 3 riddles at all times.
The times that I just have to I come up against like another golem, or I have to
you have to save your life,
or I have to fight against a sphinx. You know that.
Oh yeah.
100%. Oh, somebody's a sore loser. Can you say it with me? I'm trying to cheat.
I mean, look at that creature. How could you believe something like that would ever cheat?
I mean,
Based on the character we've seen
you
and
met my
how
grandpa, right?
jovial he's been, how could he cheat?
You met my grandpa David, right? You wouldn't think he would cheat at Monopoly, especially when like an 8-year-old is playing with him, but he did.
Well, I think he's way, way above that creature. Oh, look at his house.
It's respectable.
That looks like a very safe place.
Oh, look, see?
Throwing out bones.
Threw out his lamp. Oh, that's a table chair right there. You never guessed that I had made this. Oh, it's a ring. See, that's an excellent, like that.
Yeah, that expression. Lost, it's lost.
So, like, why would you even keep it in there, out there like that? Like, I would kept it on me at all times.
Well, I think he dropped it because...
Well, yeah.
I mean, just look at him. He doesn't seem very intelligent, does he?
I think he seems insane.
Yes. Yeah, I would say not... Like, he's smart in his own way, but you're right. I think he's completely deranged. He drops it on the shore.
Seriously? This is like, now you remembered you dropped it on the shore? See, that's how you know. That's how you know that
so
it's...
So disturbing. My, he does carry on.
I'm just fiddle farting around with it and like, oh. See, that's how you know that Tolkien had a prerequisite for some of the stuff. Like, he got it as a birthday present. And that's why they kind of fill it out a little bit later on. So,
yeah, maybe he did have it in the back of his mind to elaborate on this world, but I'm not sure. We'd have to check on that.
Oh, you're gonna die.
Better douse this.
Oh, now he's completely gone.
They just wanted us to realize what was happening. Now we know.
See, this is where you just straight up kick him right in the junk from behind. Trixie. He fell down a thing. Like, he's not going to be able to get it. See, now he's just overthinking it. See, he's overthinking it way too much, and he's just, like, going to lead him to it.
Oh, yes.
Follow the leader.
How convenient.
See, now he's just being a jerk.
Well, if you were in that situation, you would want to get out of it, too.
I would hope that I would never get into the situation where I am a creature that's lived way past its lifespan, is mentally connected.
Look at those eyes.
Oh yeah, basically become so dependent. This is the best part right here.
That.
Like, what does he even say there?
I thought he said forever.
Yeah, I guess forever. But those eyeballs are just terrifying. Yeah. And do they totally circumvent Bjorn?
Yeah,
I think
don't
they do.
show any of this.
Yeah, that
or
made
show
me
any
sad.
of that. Yeah, I mean it's like Tom Bombadil and his wife. Oh, it's not. Is her name Buttercup? The blonde.
Yeah, it's Buttercup.
Well, it's like they skip all of that and they skip Bjorn, the bear man.
Yeah, the bear man. Yeah.
I would have loved to see that.
The werebear man.
He's like one of the ancient peoples. It's really intriguing. And I think even in the live action version, they didn't show any of that, did they?
What are you talking about?
Of
Bjorn? Yeah.
Is he in there?
Yeah, he's totally in it, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that must be in the second one or the third, because I didn't watch any of that.
Yeah. Only reason I watched, I just did it out of posterity's sake.
Say that you've seen it.
Hungry birdies. Funny little birds.
They have no wings.
What should we do
with
the funny little things? Boom. Oh, what should we do? Boom.
Oh, Bilbo, you're pitiful.
Wargs. Supposed to be bigger than wolves.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're supposed to be. And, like, I love that he does this.
Whoa.
It's like electricity almost. And I'm like, what is this?
Whatever it was, it worked.
But
Oh,
look,
now they're gonna
they have fire.
set the trees on fire.
I'm telling you, like the songs in here are just even like little like tidbits like this.
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't know if you could even show this on like TV nowadays, or like people would be okay with it.
With the violence and the terror.
Yeah, with like the way it shows.
I mean, with
the ego
parental guidance recommended.
Little PG. I'd be totally okay with this. I almost showed Lewis this the other day, but I stopped.
Yeah, give him a couple years. He says he's tough, but then he starts crying and has nightmares.
We got to the part with the trolls, and I could kind of tell he was like, what is that?
You showed him the Black Cauldron, and he hid behind a chair, right?
He wanted to watch that. Apparently, because
I started watching it with him.
You started watching it with him, and then he wanted to finish it, and I'm just like, it's scary, buddy. Are you okay? Yeah, and I was kind of surprised.
Mm-hmm. And Mirkwood. Oh, and the spiders. There are a lot of horrifying creatures in here. So yeah, definitely a lot for a 4-year-old. Yeah. Like I was saying.
Oh, they'll drop us.
Well, there's so many horrifying creatures in these movies.
Look, it almost looks like there's like
look at the tree. Yeah, it even has like this creepy face. Like this animation is gorgeous, but it is definitely
terrifying.
Creepier.
Well, I like how they use everyone's voice distinctly sounds like it should, almost, right? Like the Eagles. Mm-hmm. He sounds kind of like a bird should sound, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
We're at the journey's end.
They don't tuck their legs when they fly, which is kind of funny looking.
Well, they just took off, Jackie. I mean...
Mirkwood.
Well, yeah. Well, you know why Gandalf leaves him at this point?
I don't remember.
So he hears the rumors of the necromancer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember
who
that.
Who is Sauron, like starting to kind of take form again. He literally asks, like the guy, the dwarf he's talking to Gandalf, and he's like, "What will we do without Gandalf?" You could like, "What will we do without you?" It's like it makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's time you start believing in yourself.
Well, I mean, really, Gandalf has saved them from every single situation so far.
That's right.
Bilbo has gotten himself out of trouble with the ring
and his own
smarts,
right?
But yeah, other than that, if it wasn't for Gandalf, oh, look at him, pep talk.
Everyone would be in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Keep a strict law for the remainder of your journey, so I may study it for me.
So maybe I was wrong, and Tolkien did have in mind the trilogy before he wrote.
I love that.
The Hobbit.
He says, "Keep track of everything you do, and when you fuck up, write it down so I can tell you why you messed
up." Well, not in those words, but yeah, look at the faces in the trees.
That's the best. I love that.
Gandalf is a crotchety old.
I can tell, like just rude almost.
Yeah, Mirkwood.
So, I believe the book is mostly written kind of like a diary, isn't it? If I remember correctly.
No, I don't think so.
No, I'm thinking of a different one. I think.
Look up real quick and see if the Hobbit, like which book came out first. I guarantee it was the Hobbit.
Yep. So we're there and back again. Children's fantasy novel by English author Tolkien. It was published. Yada yada yada. It was followed by Lord of the Rings. There you go.
I knew that, but you'll have to look up and you'll have to see if he had pre-planned about all the Lord of the Rings.
I'm just curious. So
I'll look about.
Interesting.
My contract is vague on several points. As in all points, other than they'll pay for your funeral.
Pretty much.
And you get, 14% of all treasure?
Okay, that's where I heard it. That's why the kid comes in the book.
Butterflies.
So what it is Tolkien actually starts writing this because he's really interested in, languages of the time, which is what he was a professor of.
Yeah, linguist.
And he starts writing it. So it's actually a student of Tolkien's named Elaine Griffiths. He kind of becomes somewhat friends with her, and she has a son. And he was having He was kind of having issues, like trying to get some things worked out. So she borrows it, and her
Oh no.
the spiders in this are the best.
Oh, they are horrifying.
They're the best. Okay. So Griffiths is visited by Susan Dognall, a staff member of the publisher who actually ends up publishing
The
Hobbit, and she suggests that she borrow it to read it.
Death.
And it was this publisher, or this woman that works there at the publisher's son, 10-year-old son, read it, and actually that's why he ended up getting it published and reviewed a little bit. That's where I get it from.
Okay.
So. But yeah. Well, I mean, it's not all sunshines and everything,
Ugh. Thank God Bilbo found them before they got eaten. After they've hung a bit.
It's Bombor. He's the fattest.
Yes.
Bombor.
Go away.
See?
Use the ring, Bilbo. Do it.
Use the dark power. Use it.
He doesn't know it's dark yet, but you think Gandalf could have warned him. But Gandalf didn't know.
But he didn't. That's right.
Action was called for.
You gotta go after him.
Go get him. Get him, Bilbo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all the monsters have almost humanoid. Yeah,
See?
The kaleidoscope death is the best. But all the monsters have like humanoid features, which makes them even more disturbing.
Well, it makes them more, a little safer, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, and those poor dwarves, they had to have had some of the venom in them.
There goes our supper!
You can see some of the weird white outlines here with the animation.
Yeah.
It's a little off.
Well, that's because they did that, I guess.
Like superimposed.
Yeah, like an overlay of it, I guess.
Yeah,
that's what you do. That's what they do is they overlay it and take a picture and then move it, overlay picture, move it. Like that's how they do it. Get that moving back and forth.
That effect didn't work as well. Here it looks fine.
Well, yeah. It just probably wasn't cut enough.
Yeah, I mean, if you have to be nitpicky, like you said, flaws with this, that might be the only one I've seen so far. And the fact that there's no ladies, unless you want to count these spiders.
Well, how do you know? They've got beards, Jackie. They're probably dudes. Let's just...
They have,
for posterity's sake...
pseudo-female voices.
For posterity's sake, we'll just call them males. Because I don't want to ruin your feminist perspective of this movie. So...
Well, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that was one thing I did notice as a child was like, there's no
do you want them
ladies.
to be... Do you want the spiders to be female? Because that's a very negative view of the only female characters in this film are spiders and they're evil. And they capture male characters and tie them up in their webs. Symbolism? I think not.
Oh, good Lord. I think a lot of men say that about women to make themselves feel better. Sometimes it's legitimate, it's true.
Oh, yeah.
But I think a lot of it is just like...
Help me.
Oh, she controls me.
Help me. If you can hear this, help me.
Oh, good Lord. The Wood Elves.
I love he's like, I'm going to have a mountain kingdom too.
Mm-hmm. Well, I like how these elves look distinctly different than Elrond.
So in the
They're
books,
different breed.
Well, in the books, Tolkien makes a point of telling us that wood elves they don't live as long as high elves,
Yes.
which is what Elrond is, and they're also more kind of like. See, he's foreign.
Well, yes.
So they're also more inclined to kind of like emotional bouts, I guess you would say, and they're also supposed to be less intelligent, I guess.
They're more like humans than high
Yeah,
elves.
yeah, but there's also a lot more of them though too.
That makes sense.
And they also stick more to the woods, obviously, for that. So. Yeah, so in the book,
it was weeks. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
he's
just
hiding there for weeks.
Yeah. And seeing the wood elves actually interact with the humans and the high elves really don't. They're more kind of akin to the little fairy folk of like English folklore, where they're a little bit more.
You just had to wait for him to get drunk.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, you just gotta wait for anybody to get drunk and they'll just. I love that Bilbo is the only one that's not in one of those barrel. So this is the only song I didn't really remember all that well, other than the bumpy kind of like. It's more of like
it's like a good tune, but yeah, you're
like
right. It didn't stick out.
Here's a traveling song, kids.
It's like the funny little birds with the no wings and the down Goblin Town.
That was an over kind of like, I guess what were they trying to do there with like lightning strikes, I guess, in the background?
It's just all shrouded in despair.
Oh, like my life. Got it.
I'm the one that slept an hour and a half last night.
I know, I'm just being a jerk, you know that.
Yeah, I know. And again,
look,
no women. Also no pants. Did you see him turn? They got no pants on.
I can see those men don't wear pants. Trust me, I see it all.
Of course you do.
That's right, I do. You think you would have noticed picking that barrel up?
That barrel is heavy.
I have returned. This was pretty cool. I like this.
Awful entrance, though. How embarrassing. Lake Town.
It doesn't really seem like much, does it?
No. Also,
and I don't know. Are they going to bring? See, they don't even bring the mayor in here, do they?
No.
I'm a stereotypical strong male character
with a mustache.
Human male character.
The guy behind him with the glasses, his has such a long face, long head.
Some of these guys don't even have eyeballs. Yeah, you're right. I have yet to see a single female in this whole thing.
I told you, the only ones you could debate are the spiders because they have slightly female-sounding voices. And female spiders tend to be bigger and more aggressive and kill the males, just like you were saying that depressing line of women weaving
you mean like
men
real
in
life?
Their webs. Yeah, see, your depressing joke. That wasn't very funny.
It was hilarious. What are you talking about?
Oh, the stench.
He's just shitting everywhere. Just lives in his own filth. You think that's gold? No.
Dragons maybe poop out gold.
That would hurt so bad.
Well, they are dragons.
Way worse than kidney stones.
Well, I mean, unicorns poop rainbows and vomit them in pop culture today, so why not dragons pooping out precious metals?
That was a great rocket jump episode where he gets the unicorn and just like poops.
Mr. Toots.
Mr. Toots. That's a classic.
The thrush is knocking. Thank you, thrush.
Boop. Here I am. Coming through the clouds.
It's magic, fool.
Urgh.
Give me that key.
You can't just wake up you don't run up on a dude like that. Like, he could have like just straight up stabbed Bilbo. So question, is it magical? Like, can you not just, if you know where it is...
Can you just shove the
You shove the key in there?
I think it's magic.
Or,
it won't appear. Well, that's what Bilbo just says. He says before it's gone again, it's the light of the sun has to touch it.
And so it like makes the opening appear?
Yeah, it's legit magic.
Okay. It's legit magic.
I know. Look at those two long-nosed faces. See, I can't remember any of their names except Thorin. I remember the names, but not who's who.
Owenser and Owenser. You got two right there.
I remember Bombor, the fat one.
Him Bifor and him Bafor. You imagine having a nose that big? That'd be awful.
Think about the sinus issues in southeast Missouri.
And to be fair, though, I don't know how Bilbo keeps his hair this curly this whole time. He's being a lot nicer to him than before, though. I'll give him that, though.
Mm-hmm.
And you did save our lives from those wood elves, or have a forehead that tall.
And he saved him from the spiders.
Can you imagine having a forehead that tall? That was such a long forehead.
You need one of those Abe Lincoln hats to cover it.
That's like those what are those aliens from the Indiana Jones movies?
Oh,
those crystal skulls.
The crystal skull. Yeah.
It's just like
maybe that's who they made the Abraham Lincoln hats for.
There's a really funny meme out there of that where it's a cartoon where it's actually the reason Abe Lincoln wore those was because his head was so tall.
You showed me that. It was the America, the story.
The America, the movie.
Netflix.
That was the best.
That was terrible.
It was so funny.
The Red, White, and Blue Man Group.
Paul Revere is like a werewolf dude.
Yeah.
He's a traitor. It's good stuff. Or Benedict Arnold.
Yeah,
that's who
it's
it is.
not Paul Revere.
Bravest at born.
It's so kind that the thrush followed him.
Well, he's the only bro that Bilbo's got. He just steps in a thing of dragon poo. That's what that smell was.
Alright. Come on, Bilbo. You can do it. Well, and it is really nice to bring, the music cyclical, bringing it back. Oh, yeah, you shouldn't have said that out loud.
So, to be fair, this is my favorite interpretation of Smaug ever.
I agree that
I love this.
I don't think dragons look like this. Like, I don't like this portrayal of a dragon, but I love it here, and I always have. And I can't really explain why, but you're right. This is my favorite Smaug ever. Like the way they make him look.
Well, he just looks so like he's got headlights.
Cat-like, yeah.
Very cat-like.
But way better than the goblins.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And his voice.
I smell you, feel your air.
He can feel your air. This is so good. Plenty of ants there. Well, this is the only part where I have nothing to say about like how gorgeous this looks.
Mm-hmm.
Flatterer.
The Bilbo is very clever and intelligent. Like it's nice to see him grow in this.
Stereotypical charisma-based thief.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so you can really see it now, especially with the tufts of air.
He has a furry back.
Well, with the tufts of a liar, with the ears and the eyes and the tufts of fur on the side of his face.
I don't remember smelling.
Never smelt the Hobbit before, huh?
No. Well, hobbits never go anywhere or travel.
It's true.
Except for that one distant female cousin that they never talk about. They mention her in the books.
What's that? Say that again.
There was a female cousin of Bilbo's, like a great-grandma or something.
Who took off.
Yeah, and she went off and had adventures, and they all looked down on her, and Bilbo's line came
that's right.
from her.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I don't remember her name, but that's where they say his family got the adventuring streak was from that lady.
Cool.
So Smaug to me almost looks like, a typical Asian dragon, like the Chinese lion dragons. It looks like they combined that with a European dragon. Kind of.
Yeah, a little bit of both, yeah. Well, because he's got the longer, elongated kind of neck and
He has
Oh, just
acid.
ruining his gold. Just ruin. See, now he's all pissed off.
Yeah, he has no patience.
Oh,
Revenge.
got him.
Look at the cross hatching in the eye.
That's why I bring you along.
Because of the animation and
Yeah,
the
well,
artistic styling.
Considering that was literally like you had a minor of printmaking, so all that stuff is like what you learned, and I'm like, oh, this looks like something. You
use it to shade things and make things look darker.
See, there
so
you
the
go.
corners of his eyes have cross hatches. I am smoke. I love this, him showing off.
Strong. My eyes are like fold shields. My teeth are like swords. My claws, spears. Top of my tail, a hurricane.
A thunderbolt. His wings are the hurricane.
My wings, a hurricane.
Yeah.
This is the best.
That poor bird is regretting being
My
there.
breath.
Death.
I love that. Just like that's just.
I know, he takes all these treasures and then he destroys them.
I mean, it's all his.
It's his right to destroy if he wants, I guess.
However, I have always understood stars underneath.
Ha. That's what I was going to say. In your crotch. Just one swift kick and you're down. Except Bilbo has got great eyesight.
I love his voice.
That's just so laissez-faire of you, sir.
He's like, paint me like one of your French girls.
That's what I was thinking. Oh my. Just giving him full view, aren't you? Oh my. Oh fool. I love that it's a giant hole in his chest, and it's just like what, like, has he not died from an infection yet?
Well, I don't know.
I'm sure dragons have an insane constitution, though.
I would bet.
Haha. And he lets him see him. Like,
he's rubbing it in. Bilbo better be a good runner.
He better.
Yeah, that was not very smart. Because you're in a tunnel. He's gonna.
Exactly. It's
like what did you think was gonna happen? But it's good for a dramatic movie, like, and especially for something geared more for younger audiences.
Did you see his face?
Yes.
It's like, it's his...
Well, he got his butt burned. Extinguish.
That's funny. I forgot that.
I remember that.
Oh wow. I don't care. It's a cup. It's legitimately just a cup.
And it's not even gold.
And you pissed off the dragon.
Pissing off the dragon, who's now going to go destroy the lake town.
Yeah. Well, no, he's going to he's going to try and kill them, and then he's going to try and kill the lake town.
Commercial break.
What? No.
Yeah.
Well, it's also a good time to do this. Show that kitty cat dragon. So you just need to throw out like a giant like fabric ball, and I'm sure he'd be fine. He's like, go get it.
Get some catnip.
World's largest
Look
feather.
Look at the running.
I know.
That looks really silly. I never focused on that before.
You can get like a giant tree and have a feather attached to a string on it, and like wiggle it around.
Yeah.
And he'd be okay with it. Just dangle it.
Well, and have you heard that if you tie a sock around a cat's middle, they fall over, they can't balance?
Well, that's just mean.
I know. That's why I never told you about it when we had Natasha, because I knew you would try it.
I probably would have.
Don't try that at home, friends. I don't actually know if that's true or not.
It's totally true.
And it's cruel. Cats are good animals.
They are. They're some of the best animals ever.
At least ours was. They can be nasty, but we had a good cat. Not like this cat dragon.
This breeze is strangely warm for all.
Makes my nethers feel better. What's that in the sky?
Maybe I should put some pants on, given that it is
No.
autumn. Yeah, look at the people. Okay, that might have been a lady in the window. Maybe. In the middle window.
See, maybe that's just how he feels about how they felt about females and their.
Well, they cut out all the parts that had women in the book, so I mean it makes sense.
Maybe.
Yeah, that was ineffective. And what is the main hunter's name?
Bard?
Yeah, he's the one that slays the dragon. Oh, look at him falling. Arr! His pelt of fur on his back.
Oh man, the whole place is burning up. Black Arrow.
Oh yeah. And he can still talk to the birds.
What?
It was like something that his race had a connection to birds and they could communicate with them.
He's a crazy burglar man.
Well, it was something like a gift of
I
his ancestors.
Oh, I see it now. From this far away.
Well, I mean, he's the best.
Not now, though. Later, old friend. The Black Arrow to your mark. That's a lot bigger than what it was.
Oh,
what it's made out to be. It's just funny.
But it worked.
But the whole town is sinking. Look at it. He just sunk the whole town.
Well, it looked like it.
And these guys are just in there playing in their gold.
Yeah, a bunch of jerks. Just leave Lake Town to fend for themselves.
Can't remember. Did they do the Arkenstone? Do they do the Arkenstone in this one? Yeah. Because that's why...
Oh, that's why they wanted to get back in here in the first place, right?
Well, they don't ever talk about the Arkenstone.
There is one king, and that's me.
Yeah, pretty much. He didn't have his hat on earlier, but now he does. See, this is what happens with dwarves. They get all, like, gold happy.
They're kleptomaniacs.
They're not kleptos, they're just more of, like, misers, really.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Oh, I guess you're right. Because do they even do the Battle of the Five Armies in this? I guess they do, don't they?
I think the Battle of the Five Armies lasts like less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's like itty bitty short, isn't it? Yeah, see.
They do.
They did a quick jump over. Yeah.
What did you say? 2 army. Smog is dead. I have slain him. But Rush delivered your message.
Really? Splendid.
Who's old fellow? That's an awkward level to be at.
Yeah, when someone doesn't wear pants. Yeah, it definitely is.
Quite possibly underwear either. So.
You can thank your slime Sherry.
Why, of course.
Wow, that's just.
Thorin is such a dick.
See, now ideology has come into play here.
A technicality.
You have you have 15 guys with you, Thorin.
My people have suffered greatly from the war of the years. We demand retribution.
Oh, that's how it goes, huh?
Why not? There's enough for all in this mountain. It's a matter of principle, of honor.
Yeah, real jerk.
Yeah. Even though Thorin, you're the one that made Smog attack their village.
Pretty much.
Even indirectly, it's your fault. reparations.
I don't even
must
know
be
if they
made.
do anything with the Arkenstone.
I
I don't think they
not
do.
here. This is a clever way to show, like, the kind of the faded. Ooh, like the soldiers with the faded background.
Acting like they're
Or vice
moving,
versa, yeah.
as opposed to doing each and every individual one.
Exactly.
My only hope is to be taken prisoner as quickly as possible. Those are the words of a coward.
Yeah, see, I remember this, but it's like in the book. This is, I think, where they deviate pretty heavily. It's he finds the Arkenstone and he actually gives it to the elves and Bard, and they basically say, "You can have this back if you give us some treasure to rebuild."
Yeah.
And that's where he agrees to that. But then that's when the orcs show up,
Mm-hmm.
and then the eagles come and help too, I think. So
And dwarves come too and band with him, right?
yeah,
Oh, great king under the mountain. It's only
Balin.
Fruities from the northeast. An army of our kind. An army of war.
Like, you don't know what they are. So yeah, they bring him along.
So the 5 armies are the dwarves, the humans, the wood elves, the orcs, and the eagles.
Yep,
Okay.
technically. Yeah.
Yeah,
Battle.
that's why I was always.
Well, I love how they're like, see, thieving dwarves,
Take their heads. Yeah.
kill the elves, thieve the gold, and have ourselves. That's like who says that? Like,
Jealous, greedy people.
I guess, but I like Gandalf was like,
Yeah, Gandalf's like, he saves the day again.
old fool.
Gandalf.
It's like, how many times did I save your life?
So if you think about it, like relatively, there's probably only like maybe a couple hundred soldiers on each of those armies.
Yeah.
Tops.
Behold.
The wargs.
Wargs. Man, that's another. That just drives me up the wall. Oh wow, that quick
turn.
Good politician. Yeah, that's what I'd say too if we were about to die. Hands together. Yay! Teamwork! I love it's like a zipper. He just unzips it and takes it off.
Well, and I do like the whole frivolity of war, how it's like people disagree. Meh, kill everybody. Meh. And it's just kind of, it shows how, like,
That was another really interesting way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, yes, 4.
And Bilbo just watches the whole
Pretty much. I love they're like, we're just gonna put some smudges here and there.
Well, yeah, makes them look all beat up.
The Eagles. So this is the point where Werebear Man, Bjorn and the Eagles come in. Because you hear them like, Whoa. So if you want to hear a really good rendition of the whole book, they do a really good like full audio cast of this. I think it was the BBC did it a while back. That was my favorite one. I actually had the audio cassettes of that.
Oh, drop the wolves. The wars.
It was really good. And they do like sounds and everything. See, I always liked how they did this. Like they're just like, obviously it's like,
it gets the idea across, and especially for children,
kids,
like you don't need to see all the blood and guts.
Yeah.
It gets the idea across.
And he's been there. He's just been sleeping the whole time.
I think it also gets across the idea war is bad.
Oh yeah.
And war is dumb.
Pretty much.
Is what I got out of that as a child.
Yeah.
Because some greedy guys in charge wanted something.
What is it good for?
Yes,
absolutely nothing.
Yeah, this is probably the most graphic.
7. Recently 6.
Farewell.
So I'm trying to remember who takes over after him. It's his
Like his nephew or something.
nephew or something. Yeah.
Does it take this to make us see each other? Thorin, hush. You are no coward, my friend.
Yep.
I have
Pretty much. Yeah. It's one of those things that's just kind of like,
understand. It was I.
yeah. Well, this is a very 70s and 60s mentality though too behind it. So
Child of the kindly
it's actually almost over. Wow.
Yeah, that's why I said, I mean,
Yeah, maybe 10 more minutes.
so the battle sequence, all of the war, I would say maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, they do a pretty quick job of it. Now, you could have made a whole movie over it, Jackie.
I know. That's why I was like, how many hours does it take to get through my head war is bad? I'd rather watch these crosshatches.
2.5 hours. Oh, there he goes. Gets his sword laid down next to him.
Mm-hmm.
See, and they do pretty quick, like,
Yep.
rough over. Yeah.
Your share was greater.
It's all my money.
Yep. Huh.
It's more than I'll ever need.
For my lifetime. That's right. He lives for way longer than he's supposed to. And then he throws big parties and makes fun of people for their faces.
I love that.
Cheeky little bastard. See, in this tale, he gets back and like his relatives like moved into his house because they think he's dead. In the book.
Yes. Well,
Yeah, they do.
did that happen with Frodo too?
No, that happens with him in this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a hand in all that.
Surely you don't disbelieve. You don't really suppose
Yeah.
that all your adventures and escapes were managed by mere luck, just for your soul.
That's right.
You're a very fine person, Mr. Baggins.
It's never luck.
Very fond. Quite a little
Hard work and destiny. And the Shire.
Yes, you'll return. Place your souvenir ring on your
The door almost looks like an eye from here. It's kind of
Oh
creepy.
yeah, a little bit, yeah.
All Bilbo back.
A Hobbit's holiday.
Yep.
Someday, members of your family not yet born. Then you realize that this story has not ended, but is only beginning.
Ah. Foreshadowing for other movies that were almost going to be made.
The Albert Bashy version.
Yeah. See, even like the ending, they do all this.
Toru Hara.
Yeah, they do. Well, they do. So a lot of this a lot of the animation, and they do this a lot.
It was outsourced in Japan.
They do.
Right?
They do that a lot with a lot of these films. So
it was like Tohai or Tohei, something like that. Well, I guess final thoughts on this. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was really good. So let's do this before we head off because I know this is like an hour and a half, almost hour and 45 minutes. So just final thoughts, and then we'll do a rating real quick. So what's your final thoughts on this?
I mean, my final thoughts for me, this is personally very, very nostalgic. So I'm very biased towards it. But if I would look at this from a more objective viewpoint, I think it's very well done for what they were given and the time frame. They couldn't have fit everything from the book in, and I get that. And movies and books are always going to be different, and that's fine. But I very much enjoy this version. I feel like the animation is gorgeous, the story is good, and they get across some good points. And seeing Bilbo grow as a character, I think they do accomplish that. So
they do excellent job.
I enjoy it. Your thoughts?
Biggest things I enjoy, like I said, being a fan of the book and originally being a fan of the book. There are some lackluster things in there, like I said, the parts they skip over. I like all the little, but they hit all the major plot points within it without going over the anything major, removing anything major. But like you said, the art style on this is just phenomenal. I would really wish that we could get more movies that look like this.
Me too.
And the songs are just classics for me.
Yeah, that's true. The music is a very good point of this.
I guess we'll ask you, how many hairy feet out of 10 do you give this?
Hairy feet out of 10. Well, feet technically come in pairs, so
how many pairs of hairy feet out of 10? How about that?
I mean, I would like to give it 9, but feet come in pairs, so I'll give it 10. For me, it's 10 out of 10.
Oh, wow. You're a better person than I am.
Yeah, I don't see, to me, I guess I'm more understanding of like the time restraints and if they couldn't fit all the things in. So I give it 10 out of 10.
Okay. Well, I'm going to give it an 8.5 because, like I said,
Because you want to give it
I would, like I said,
8 feet and then an extra foot just there.
Yeah, well, it's
Hobbit
more,
with a peg leg.
well, it's kind of a 3-legged race kind of thing. So, but like I said, if they would have made this into like a television series and made them each like 45 minutes apiece, and then like the whole book, just one season of this, like 10 episodes, I would have been totally down with that. So,
well, yeah, if they had endless amounts of money, yeah.
well, it's okay. They're gonna do that. They're gonna do that with Rings of Power. They're just gonna make it way worse. But anyways,
it's delightful.
it is what it is. So, all right, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys sitting along with us and enjoying this. This was a special episode. I hope to have Jackie on a couple more times, maybe in the year, seeing how everything's go. But I hope to have these little extra episodes interspersed here and there with us. But again, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks, Jackie, for being on with me.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Later, guys. If you're interested in keeping up to date with new episodes on our channel, add us on any of your favorite podcasting apps, or subscribe to our YouTube channel at Seriously Pointless Conversations. If you have questions or concerns, please email us at seriouslypointlessconvo@gmail.com. We appreciate any feedback. Thank you for listening to our show.